And we are back. We know map number 1 will be on Ilios, McGravy. So talk to me about the control. What are we trying to ban? Twisted Minds and Toronto met up in Dallas, but now this is a totally different look from Twisted. We brought in some new bodies, so maybe you want to protect or ban some new heroes. It looks like Twisted Minds goes first, and they removed the Symmetra. Any surprises here? Is this just keeping your DPSs alive?
This is like the opposite approach of what I expected from Twisted Minds. That's kind of the style they had developed throughout the group stages in these playoffs. They had liked that Symmetra. They had liked the Symmetra Cassidy TP plays. That's something they heavily leaned on. And Toronto bans the Winston, so I'm mildly confused. These bans seem completely backwards, but I think that's kind of how I expected this map to play out. Maybe not the order that the bans went, but the Winston and the Symmetra are both key heroes for the these opposite teams. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Players getting ready on the stage. The focus starting to set in for Merit and crew from Toronto Ultra. On the other side, Twisted Minds, all smiles. They know they have the audience at their back. They got the 6th man in the room, and the map is loading up, which means it is time to get into the game as we take a look one more time and send it upstairs to our casters.
Thank you very much, Puckett. Yes, it's me, Jaws. I'm joined by Jake in the casting booth as we jump in to this quarterfinals match. Twisted Minds versus Toronto Ultra.
Couldn't be more excited for this one. The hometown heroes of Twisted Minds taking on the superstars from NA. Like we said, last time these teams faced off, it was one-sided in favor of the Toronto team. But this is a different Twisted Minds roster, a different animal altogether.
Those bans, Jake? How are you feeling about them? Symmetra banned, which is a bit odd, I thought.
You know,
a little strange.
I was curious to see those bans. I mean, they would make sense, I think, if they came in the opposite direction. A Winston ban from like Twisted Minds against someone and a Symmetra ban against, UB, I think would make a lot of sense to me. So surprised to see that they went the way that they did, but in the end, 2 heroes off, it makes a lot of sense. Ilios, though, I have to think, is a good start for Toronto Ultra. Any of these teams that like to play dive, like to play high mobility heroes are going to love this map. And honestly, Merit versus Quartz, I think this is going to be the story of the entire series, which hitscan can take over.
I mean, Merit's been lighting it up already, right? On the Widowmaker against someone like Shy, of course, their series in round number 1 against OALGD. It was a 4-1 affair, but it looked so close, to be fair, especially when you just looked at the head-to-head between Merit and Shy. So now he has to grapple with a different beast on the hit scan, being Quartz. Jumping into a brief pause here on Ilios, but looks like both teams are ready. They were just typing in the lobby, so we should be getting into it in just a second.
Sugar Free versus UB, I think, is also going to be crucial, especially on this opening map type of control. Tracer can have so much impact on the support lines as well. Critical to stay alive.
Let's get the gates open. Twisted Minds in front of a home crowd here as Toronto Ultra roll out the gate. Someone on the Diva. Got RuPaul and Vega on the Honor and Brig.
Yeah, both teams, same view on the meta. Let's see who takes an early opening pick. The series rests on a knife's edge.
Who's going to be able to set these nades up? Oh, I think they've got eaten. Oh, no, maybe not.
He strikes first onto Merit. That's a massive opener. Should secure a
Vegas
first
one.
cap.
Oh, what a nade as well from Vigilante there. Landing straight onto Vega. No defense matrix, no shield that can save him, sadly. And that'd be Twisted Minds with the first cap.
It's a crucial map to cap first. Once you get control, you can retake that high ground on your support line. It can be very hard to come into this high ground, especially with Yui potentially setting up a dive. TVNT won't give up this high ground easily.
I really like that spot. When you sit up on the high ground like Quartz is doing right now, it's so tough to get on there. Obviously, Coach Gun being a thing, kind of bashing away the Diva, but you have to enter so many different kind of sight lines to disrupt the Ashe. Vigilante, unfortunately, just kind of dropping to the low ground tip. Someone was on his tail. Merit getting some revenge on Yubi, though. Looks like Bliss is in trouble, but
series, because if you win this, you're really asserting yourselves as the stronger players on heroes that I think will be coming up time and time again.
Ult's coming up now for Twisted Minds. Forward about 10% for Quartz. Vigilante with the nano. Trying to push up, trying to reclaim some of this high ground. A little bit rough. RuPaul has also got a nano to spare here and actually just sends it in. Yeet it onto someone, instantly gets slept again by Vigilante. Been so clean with the sleeps, even on someone like a Diva who has a matrix that lasts about 2 millennia.
They do well to kite back, but Toronto, I think, showing their LAN experience. They want to be aggressive. They want to go first. Bob on the point from Quartz. Sugar Free desperate to find a pulse.
Yeah, he's trying. Picks up the Mega Health Pack, dodges away from the Dynamite as well. Both Bobs just on the point, just shooting at each other. Merit's Bob wins out in the end. 40% of building now for Toronto Ultra. What a stick from Sugar Free, though. It's going to even it up. Rather messy affair once again as Yubi on the flip side of things also kills Vega. Looks like Twisted Minds DPS coming out on top. Is a self-destruct sent out by TVNT to try and get that remake. And it is RuPaul running for the heals there, running for that Mega Health Pack as Twisted Minds flood onto the point.
Yeah, someone gonna elect to hold on to the self-destruct, save it for another day. The flip goes back in the favor of Twisted Minds. They'll get another chance to defend this crucial high ground.
Look how aggressive Yubi's playing there, same with TVNT. Trying to make sure that Toronto Ultra have to push up every single pixel. They have to work for it.
Vega's rally could really open things up as the supports take a very defensive position.
What a nade again. Vigilante is on fire, Jake.
Truly a monster on this a massive pickup for Twisted Minds.
Ooh, TVNT. So slippery as well on the D.Va as TVNT right now. Someone fiddling off Vigilante. Okay, no need to worry about the nades or sleep anymore. Rallies deployed, both from Vega and Bliss. Matrix being used there by someone who doesn't sustain any crucial damage. And a nice D on the nade as well. TVNT demeched. Yeah, Vega blocking a lot of those heals coming through with that giant 4K plasma screen as Toronto Ultra. Once again, Cap, this is a back and forth affair. Kind of what we expected coming into it.
Yeah, just showing how tightly matched these teams are. Everyone on comfort heroes and really trying to assert their dominance in the series, trying to stake their claim. I think if you're Toronto Ultra, you want to set yourself out as the decisively stronger dive team here on Ilios.
I mean, you've got 3 ults for Toronto now, so what do you send someone in first? Just a nano boost onto the backline again?
It didn't work last time, but they might still go for it again. If someone sees an opportunity, you better believe he's going to go for it.
Well, Nano's on the TVNT. Someone not getting the same treatment there. Just dodging down to the low ground. Bliss caught out unawares. Well, not unawares, I suppose. Just a 2v1 situation. And TVNT just getting rolled over as well. I think Toronto Ultra, just too many ults at the end of that round. And Twisted Minds overwhelmed as Toronto Ultra. They claim it.
Gotta be honest, a few times there I felt Vigilante and Bliss were getting kind of bullied off away from their teammates. The pressure was really overwhelming from Sugar Free and someone together on those dive heroes. That's just something that they've got to resolve. If you fall back in this comp, if you give up space and you stop throwing in those aggressive nades, you really open yourself up to continued aggression.
I think one player that has stood out to me, I bumped into one of the Saudi casters a little bit earlier on, has been TVNT, and they kind of agreed, like, dude is leveled up. Like, every time I saw TVNT before, I was like, okay, not making a massive impression in the server, but coming into this event, like, his Sigma has looked so clean. And I think adding him to this Twisted Minds roster, obviously it's a completely different look from what it was in Dallas, but it's really leveled the squad up.
It's going to be tough, though. He's matched up against the last Overwatch League champion tank in someone that can play absolutely anything. If DVNT can come out of this series looking good, we're really going to be remembering the name.
All right, slowly but surely, Twisted Minds taking their mini health back. Toronto Ultra a little bit more passive in their positioning as the point does unlock.
The angles are being dominated by Toronto Ultra, though. They're spreading out. They're controlling the map. Twisted Minds, they're all in the corner, and that death just felt inevitable.
Yeah, good pick there. Both DPS Twisted Minds down. Unfortunately, I think that's the backline recoiling as well. Just Bliss trying to get some additional ult charge. RuPaul with a sleep kill on TVNT. That must have been in the pit. Has to have been. Nice kill. On to Bliss too. Just cleaning up.
To be honest, Toronto's approach was so much better in that mid-fight. I mean, they just played the map much more effectively, and Twisted Minds had no chance in the round. It's going to be a big change up here. Quartz onto the Echo, backing off the hit scan so early in the series. I don't like that.
How do you engage with the Echo here? I mean, against Merit, of all people, right? You're just going to get your head blown off before you even approach.
You can't give him any chances. It has to be explosive and decisive. You must shut down Merit, but man, the Iceman does not go down easy.
Well, he's under a little bit of pressure at the very least by Yubi. Just making sure Quartz can get a little bit of room to work with. Looks like a big rotation here from Merit. Bob on the way. Same with this nano from RuPaul. Toronto Ultra going to have a lot to kind of throw into this fight, but it's actually someone uncharacteristically there getting focused out in the middle of the map with no real help to be found. Someone Vigilante trading as the pilot Diva ends up falling over as Toronto Ultra deployed the Nano onto Vega. Yeah, I'd be scared too if I were UB backing all the way up.
Nano Brig, great way to take the place of that tank when it comes to pushing forward. Merit cleans this fight up.
They still recover,
even
despite
though
losing
the
someone.
opener comes in onto the tank. That's best case scenario, but the comm swap is biting you, right? You didn't have any ults. If you did have those ults, you might have been able to pile on the pressure, but in this case, Toronto hold on, and with only the Nano boost, I mean, this is looking like a potential 100-0 and a decisive opener to the series here on Ilios.
All right, Quartz, you've been explosive so far in the tournament. What you got for us, son? His Stoop's going to have to go a little bit wacky and wild, but someone hot on the chase. Oh, Sugar Free is going to focus down Bliss. Bliss almost getting like 2 clipped there by Sugar Free. He's got a pulse bomb. Quartz duping the Ash. Pulse bomb landing onto RuPaul. Sugar Free just making sure any Twisted Minds that trying to attempt to touch the point are going to have a tough time doing so. Pulse bomb deployed, doesn't get eaten, but TVNT's mech super low, forces him to back out.
It's going to be tough. Vigilante desperately wants to hold on to this Kitsune Rush, but he might need it just to secure the cap. This is looking scary.
Where are the kills? Where are the kills?
Uh-oh.
They're gonna come through at some point. TVNT luckily getting healed up there. Kitsune Rush down on the point for Twisted Minds. Toronto Ultra still wanting to stall this one out with someone in his Matrix, and Merit on a nice little off angle here. It's gonna be tough for them to actually continue to pressure the points. Good kill onto Merit will be nice for Twisted Minds, and a sound barrier from Bliss is gonna have to get used to see them through the rest of this fight. RuPaul eventually finished off. Twisted Minds, they end up claiming it, but Jake, it's still 99 to 5% here as someone takes out Quartz at the very end.
That's so brutal. You use every ult, and you still lose a player in the final moments. Toronto, they're not even waiting for RuPaul. They're piling on the pressure. They want to get right back in and close out this round.
Yeah, I mean, Nano for RuPaul in 20. Bob coming out, Sugar Free with a pulse bomb. Like, dude's gonna connect. It's inevitable. Just when will that all happen, I'm not entirely sure, and I don't think Twisted Minds are going to be ready for it regardless. This Suzu from Vigilante is going to have to be on point. RuPaul and someone looking for a small dive here as well. 4% towards this Nano. Maybe expecting Quartz to kind of dive bomb them. RuPaul with a rotation down to main.
Big Nano coming in. Quartz in trouble. He needs to get saved. Where's the supports?
I mean, Vigilante luckily there with the healing offer does manage to connect a few. UB takes down Merit with a pulse bomb. Bob deployed on the point, so technically a 5-on-5 still, but Toronto Ultra still piling on this pressure. Vigilante with a stray kunai across the map takes care of Sugar Free. Okay. A brief sigh of relief there, I think, from Twisted Minds as they continue to hold.
Merit gonna go over to the Cassidy, wants a little bit more of that close-range brawling pressure. Vigilante wants to attack, but TVNT's lost the mech. Have they overextended themselves here, Jaws?
Triple ult from Toronto Ultra. They can come back in. That's a very aggressive rush.
TVNT still out of mech, 20%. He is a very vulnerable target at this moment.
Yeah, Quartz with the duplication again has to go kind of large again. Could maybe even copy the Cassidy here, or maybe just send double Diva in. Like, 2 Divas aren't going to die. There's absolutely no way. He's actually just going to copy the Ana instead, but TVNT gets 1 clip by Sugar Free. Post bomb in hand too, looking for the Lucio. Oh, a prediction. Bliss with the sound barrier. Now that's all gone. Twisted Minds. Where's the staying power? Toronto Ultra are going to be able to get this point flip for free. And Quartz is on this high ground. He's on the Ana, but he is not really doing all too much. No free Nano sent out as Toronto Ultra find themselves in OT and control of the point. Twisted Minds trying to find a regroup here as Quartz is chased down. UB without a recall's in danger, but still manages to find the kill onto Sugar Free.
Not over just yet. Still battling out on the point are the Toronto Ultra, but it looks like Twisted Minds might be taking an edge. Someone, though, doesn't want to give it up so early.
Still finds the kill onto UB there. TVNT with a lifeline with that self-destruct, but now has to match up against a nano-boosted Brig. Not too many people want to be doing that, and TVNT is one of them. Vega does end up losing that Nano after a short period of time and just hiding away from the self-destruct as TVNT successfully finds the remech. Someone in danger too, but again has another self-destruct available to him. Twisted Minds of the Chaos managed to cap the point here, and if anybody gets off right now, it's an Outlaws Houston moment.
Vigilante so close to that Kitsune Rush. It could be decisive. He just barely survives, gets it off, but you need to close out the fight quickly.
We've seen dangerous things on well, Jake. I mean, someone does get demeg. The post bomb lands from UB. Vega down. Someone to follow as well. Twisted Minds looking to close this round out and bring us to a third.
Yubi, what a savior for this team. Back-to-back pulse bombs. When his team needed him most, he was there. Winning that duel under Sugar-Free, massive performance from him. Almost single-handedly getting them back into a round that looked dire. So Twisted Minds showing that on land, when the pressure is on, they can take things to a new level.
I was waiting for the Atlanta Reign, Houston Outlaws, like Hawk.
Oh, I
like,
remember it well.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for some crazy C9, especially when it's gone on for that long that it just disappears in an instant. Good stuff from Yubi. Extremely consistent player. Always kind of has been for the team, even though he does play the silly heroes. He can still play Tracer at an extremely high level.
Yeah, it's great to have that flexibility. Makes you much harder to play against. Now we go to a map where a lot of pressure on these hitscan players. Quartz goes all in, straight to the Widowmaker.
I love it.
I can't help but feel that Marin might come to a mirror sooner rather than later.
Please. If not, at least take us to Circuit so we can see Quartz Widow versus Merit Widow, please. It's gonna have to happen at some point. Very different looks, though. Toronto Ultra running out with the Alari.
Destroyed, already out of mech?
Yeesh. Okay, Liz dead. Quartz hasn't got a shot off yet. He's tried.
Toronto, you know, in theory, if you can just play cover, right, and hide away from this Widow, Sigma, Ilari, you are going to drastically outdamage in the team fight. So pressure is on Quartz. He needs some kind of opening kill. If nothing happens, if this is just a slow, staggered fight, Toronto is going to decisively win the poke trade. Yubi's going to go over to the Mei and give themselves a little bit more of that aggressive catching potential, but someone, you know, he's no rookie. He knows what's coming here.
Quartz still trying to find an angle. Almost clicking on Vegas' head, but now match with Sugar-Free. An instant shutdown. Tough to really support the Widow there if you're a Vigilante or Bliss. And that lamp being used too. I mean, you're kind of trading here if you're Twisted Minds. You do end up losing Vigilante, so not too many healing resources to use now. Although your comp is pretty sustainable, to be fair, with the Mei and the Ram. So looks like they are going to press the issue. As Vega doesn't really want to use the outburst just yet. Yeah, unfortunately doesn't get it off in time. Only 1 second left on that cooldown. Maybe would have survived, but TVNT helped Twisted Minds cap the point.
Yeah, the team rush does overwhelm someone. He's going to swap to the Ram, a little bit more of a durable choice. Vega still believes in the Iliari, even with Quartz's Widow on the field. That's a lot of confidence from a main support player showing his chops on the flex.
Just have to walk in here too. Maybe. Okay. Sugar-Free, caught unawares there. Trade with Yubi, window unlocked. It's good angle still for Quartz, knows exactly where Toronto are going to be hiding to try and make full use of the window. RuPaul spotting Quartz from afar. Goes for the small rotation, but knows Quartz has got him dead to rights if he peeks any second. And it looks like the rest of them are just going to cower behind cover as Bliss use that sound barrier.
I will say, Quartz has been awfully quiet. It would be a great time to find an opening pick. They don't have too many tools in the tank.
Hitting the bodies, Jake, but where's the headshots? Oh, Vegas tested him there. All right, Bob on the point. TVNT down. There it is. 1 kill for Quartz, but where is the point presence? Nowhere to be found. Yubi fell by the Bob, and that will be Toronto Ultra finding the flip.
Merit's kind of calling the bluff of this Widowmaker. She's not producing in the Ashe, just delivering more consistent damage throughout the team fight, more pressure onto the tank battle, really believing that someone can be a huge difference maker in this match. TVNT, he's a rising rookie, but he doesn't have the experience of our Overwatch League champion someone.
Yeah, a big matchup. You load into the server and you're like, my opponent is someone. How many accolades? A lot of them. Vega unleashing the captive son. Forces Yubi into the block. Doesn't want to mess with Quartz. Not many people do. And there we go. Sniped out of the air. Half HP already. So only a body shot was required. Annihilation ripped by TVNT. Doesn't end up finding all too much. But now it is someone's turn. Oh, dearie me. Yubi jumping into another ice block there. And even throwing a blizzard onto the point. Trying to trap someone. But a perfectly timed lap there from RuPaul to keep him alive. He's still up. How's he still going? Oh my word, Toronto Ultra with 5% more to go. Quartz switched to the Tracer to get this final touch, but is he going to be able to get there? It doesn't look like it. Someone forces the recall, and Toronto Ultra find that first map.
someone in RuPaul. What a powerful combo. When you put RuPaul on this Baptiste, he's such a consistent performer. He keeps his team up so well, and it feels like he's never caught out of position. You combine that with the raw skill and talent of a player like someone, and you really have a fearsome combo. An impressive first map for Toronto Ultra, but in the end, I feel Ilios was a good role for them, so I don't think this Twisted Minds squad is going to be scared just yet.
So, still about a fair amount of top-level experience, especially you being Quartz, of course. Thinking back to the Overwatch World Cup, feels like a lifetime ago, but for them, it probably wasn't, right? Like, them coming away, beating some of the best players to ever kind of touch the game. Like, Team China and Korea were in the Overwatch World Cup, fielding just some incredible rosters, but they managed to take it all the way in those finals. Of course, there's been a lot of promise from this region. I think TVNT is one of those players as well, and it's been nice to see Vigilante and Bliss kind of molded into this roster too. Where do you expect to kind of go here now if you're Twisted Minds? Of course, it's their chance to pick and their chance to ban as well.
You know, I think that Symmetra style that Twisted Minds feels, they're one of the few teams alongside the Space Station Gaming that has really made that work. And although we saw Space Station Gaming go down in the last series, I think Twisted Minds is much less reliant on the style. It's more of an option in their kit, a feather in their cap, if you will. It's not the only threat that they can bring to bear, but I would like to see them bring it out, maybe take us to a circuit. And I know the Quartz Widow would be awesome to see, but I like that unconventional Symmetra style. I think it's very strong and very threatening.
Symmetra's already been banned, so you can't ban it again. So maybe you just go there and then just TP into the backline and do what you did best previously. I mean, even thinking back to OWCS state, so maybe you just go there and then just TP into the backline and do what you did best previously. I mean, even thinking back to OWCS Stage 1 in EU, that's how Twisted Minds found a lot of success, was that TP star with the Mauger at that point. Thank God it's not that meta again. But with Quartz on the Widowmaker, it feels like if you're going up against someone like Toronto Ultra, especially someone like Merit, I don't think you can stray away from that Widow at all. Yes, the rush style is great with the TPs, but if Merit gets kind of any space, he's picking you off before you even attempt to try and go for something like that. I think we're going to have to jump it down to the stage, though. Guys, what's happening? What's going on with Twisted Minds right now?
Yeah, thank you so much, Jack. We are down here in the Qiddiya Arena, and it is packed, Avril, for this match. The crowd obviously wants Twisted Minds to win. But map number 1, Toronto Ultra takes it. What did you see that went so well for them?
I mean, it's pretty close both ways, but what we're seeing is a lot of dive at the moment. That's Toronto's specialty, right? They can play that Winston, but actually some interesting bans. We ended up seeing the Diva on both ends. Toronto, I think they're really good on that Diva dive at the moment, but their specialty is also playing that double flex support with Veigar and the Illari. I think eventually Twisted Minds do need to target ban that Illari.
Yeah, I think the bans were something that was really odd just from seeing it, because you would have thought that the Symmetra, like Twisted Minds would like to have that. Yeah. They get rid of it. The Winston on the other side. I'm curious, kind of like as this series goes on, what do you think TM can do to kind of swing it in their favor?
I think you can take it to more of a long-range map, something where you can slow things down a little bit, play the sim again. I think Circuit Royale could be a good choice. Something maybe like a Midtown, you can ban away the Ryan as well, because that's someone's other flex pick. What we haven't seen yet is the type of composition for Twisted where they can use Quartz's hero pool for the hit scans. I mean, he's meant to be one of the top hit scans in the world. Riyadh, do you agree? Is Quartz one of the best in the world?
They're just jamming for Twisted Minds. But yeah, no, I agree. I think that Quartz, one of the best hit scans, you could put him on that. I thought Yubi actually played really well on the Tracer, right? Sugar Free, we were talking about in the match the other day, I believe it was against OALGD, looked fantastic on the Tracer going up against Leaves. So Sugar Free still playing that at a high level. Do you maybe like target like a Tracer? Do you want to like see some more of the like the Mayra Matra, different types of things? I think TM has a bunch of different things they can go to.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we need to see some Symmetra for sure, though. But first of all, before we do that, let's check in with Danny.
All right, guys, I'm here at the EWC official merch store. I'm just here to, check out how many Twisted Mind merch are left, because we got a lot of fans over at the stage right now. So these are the only ones left, right? That's the only one. Yeah, they said it, and I see maybe like 3 jerseys and a little bit of like fan flags, scarves. That's all that's left. If you're a Twisted Mind fan, come and get it. This one is for me. I think I'm just wearing this for the show, but then I'm gonna just steal it. I'm gonna get it. Yeah, Twisted Mind, let's go. Whoa, thank you, bye.
I love me some Danny Lim. Danny having a lot of fun out there. And of course, we're having a lot of fun here on the stage. McGravy and I ready to break down map number 1. You heard it from the players. You heard it from Matt. You heard it from Avril. This one could be fun to watch, especially if Court stays on that Widowmaker and can keep shutting down Vega.
It's already a lot of fun to watch. The bands were the polar opposite of what everyone expected. I think I really liked the fast, speedy look that I saw from Twisted Minds as they swapped courts onto the Echo. I think playing faster for Twisted Minds is probably something they're going to aim to do. Keep Vega off that, off the flex support, off the Alari. I think it's going to be super, super important.
And of course, we know that Twisted Minds holding the L gets to choose first. So you got Hybrid, you got Escort, you got Push, you got Flashpoint to choose from. Where is there a weakness in this Toronto Ultra squad? Where could you potentially take advantage of the maps?
I think their weakness is not so much the weakness of the player, but Vega really prefers to play the flex supports, prefers to play the Kiriko, prefers to play the Alari. So I think you want to make Vega play more of that traditional style. You want him to play the Brig. You want him to play the Lucio. So I like kind of what Avril said. I like the idea of Circuit, playing that unique sim cast they like so much, play maybe a Lucio mirror.
Okay, well, it's time to find out where are we going to play. Is it time to play Hybrid? Time to play a little bit of Flashpoint? How about Shambali Monastery, it looks like, behind us here. What do you think about this for Escort?
Right game mode. Shambali's unique. We haven't seen it a ton this entire tournament. It's not something that's been played a lot, and when it's had, there's been a lot of full holds. There's just not a lot of data here on this map so far.
And of course, we got to see what's happening with the bans as Shambali has been announced. We'll show it to you one more time. Escort is out for at least the first 5 maps. Twisted Mind going to choose it here, and they'll also get the first ban. They already banned a Symmetra. Do you go back to the DPS? Do you get rid of the Alari?
Yeah, I think they want to speed it up here. I think that shows. I think the Alari on the first point is super, super hard to break when you're trying to play those speedy comps. So you deny Vega playing the Alari entirely. You say, hey, Vega, listen, we want you on Lucio. This is a challenge. So throwing down the gauntlet for Vega right now.
Time to make it hard on Vega. RuPaul doing a great job keeping his tank up on the last map, but for Toronto Ultra, they say no Cassidy. What does this tell you? Are they taken to the sky here?
This is essentially, it's essentially a sim ban in my mind. Not a ban entirely, but that is the style they've liked to show with the sim. They love to play the Cassidy. They love the teleporter plays with the high noon.
Teleporting high noon.
A lot of tempo with the cast, and that's also Quartz' one of his best heroes. So this is kind of a double DPS ban in a way.
Okay, keep your eyes on Yubi. Expect some Tracers coming out once again, and will we see some Widowmakers? That is the question for me. It's not easy to attack with them. Shambali Monastery, what is the best comp to be bringing out to the table?
I think right now with where the bans are shaping out, I think we'll probably see fast comps on both sides, potentially or Amatra. I do know someone likes that Sigma. It's one of his best heroes. Hey, listen, it could totally happen.
We got the map loaded up. Let's send it up to the casters. Jaws, why did you dress like Jake?
I didn't dress like Jake. I sent all my photos. I said, yo, Matt, I'm wearing this, bro. And he was like, okay, man, sounds good. And then they were like, you're casting with Jake, by the way. And now you can't see as well. But well, Jake, if you stand up, we're actually wearing the same trousers too. Yeah, that's...
Quick, switch places. They won't know. I got my British accent on lock. That's Kev, I don't.
It wasn't my fault. It was Jake's. We just didn't coordinate well.
Still, though, I mean, to be honest, that first map, Quartz uncharacteristically quiet. And now he's being targeted by a Cassidy ban. I think Toronto Ultra smelling blood in the water in that hit scan duel. I mean, Merritt was lighting it up, and Quartz is kind of nowhere to be found. It was Yubi who was performing for Twisted Minds. Quartz, usually an old, reliable hit scan player. I think he needs to find his footing in this map, or else Toronto Ultra could be running away with the series.
Toronto Ultra played this map the other day against Gaming Gladiators, and they ended up losing it. So let's get a quick Twisted Minds listening and see what their plans are.
كم لفت خالد يلا قاعد يطلقون عليه قاعد يطلقون عليه بس جو ذا تيم كم هير قاعد يطلقون عليه روح اصلا بريك رايت بريك
I think pop better.
Break. Nice. Please go. I move car.
We can go to 20
سبيد تبي تروح ديفا روح اوكي
يا حس رام احسن
خلاص روح كمل روح قاعد ميسنج بريك
البوش ماين مش وين
اقدر اساعدك على الكار يوبي ما كيلو رحت بلفت ما كيلو بالكار يوبي بالكار وين
ايش ليفت سايد
كان يبوش انسايد بيك فاير انسايد والله اعطوني هيد شوت
go back شمك
they're close nano okay yeah
ما كلا go back
What a shot there from Mare onto Yubi.
That just stifled their tempo. I mean, Twisted Minds thought they had caught an opportunity.
Yeah.
And Merit, the Iceman,
Let's push.
snaps his neck. I mean, you can't blame Yubi for that. That's just a ridiculous shot by Merit.
All right, nano boost on Sugar Free. He's got barrage. Probably doesn't need to use it though. I mean, okay, someone just killed already for Sugar Free. Good. Unlucky. No clip for you, Lenny, unfortunately. 2.5 minutes now for Twisted Minds.
I mean, it's good enough. That nano fire just comes in like a ton of bricks. Quartz can shoot back, but with the nano, you're just not worried about that. TVNT swapping over to the Diva, putting some respect on these DPS from Toronto Ultra. At the same time, maybe a better chance to block some of these skills coming out from RuPaul. I like the swap, but they're already in a tough spot. 2 minutes off the clock, Jack.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of time disappearing already. And that first corner, which feels pretty good, but unfortunately now you run into double DPSO. Make that a triple. I mean, someone's a big DPS, to be very honest with you, with that Primal Rage. And yep, UP going down. Just another small stagger as Twisted Minds just struggle street right now.
Sugar Free is eaten, not leaving a single crumb. Twisted Minds, they've got to find something. Coalescence could be an opening, but Vega, he's so close to that rally. If he can bridge the gap 10%, this could be great for the team.
There's the call. Aimed at Sugar Free right now. Double bomb as Quartz senses out too. Looks like Twisted Minds just happy to swap sides here as Toronto Ultra end up looking like they're on the attack. Yubi lying in wait with that pulse one, trying to find a flank angle. Oh, narrowly misses that stick. Met with a little bit of fancy footwork there, dodging out the way. Sound barrier comes through from Twisted Minds after he sees Sugar Free popping that barrage. And now it's time to play for someone. Quartz not standing a moment like a chance to get away. And unfortunately for you, Bliss, you're going to suffer the same fate. Someone's in the building. Yubi does end up cleaning him up, but this fight is not clean as Vega ends up popping the rally and killing Vigilante on the exit.
This on a break is just such a powerful support combo. I can't help but feel that Lucio Moira is a weak choice, and the stagger, this is painful. Luckily, Diva, even though she's small, she's still got that tank passive, wakes up from the sweep real quick.
That's so rough. 30 seconds to go, Jake. Twisted Minds now with Quartz on the Echo. They got no ults really for this next fight.
I don't like to be negative, Jack, but I don't like seeing Quartz on the Echo. I mean, Hitscan is his calling card, and this early into the series to be backing off it, we saw it on Ilios as well. Can't help but feel that Merit has a real mental advantage in the series.
You got to just blow someone up right now. You got to focus RuPaul or Vega. They've got a nano boost to sustain them through this fight. You just got to find this one pick. Just dive on the backline with the speed of that Lucio. OT in session now. They do manage to touch, luckily. As RuPaul's still waiting. I mean, that's fine. You guys are under pressure. We are not. Sugar Free on a nice little off angle as the nano has been deployed. Now someone could just swing for the fences with this Nemesis form. Yubi, unfortunately no recall there to save his own life. And now Twisted Minds, they are just falling apart at the seams here on Shambali Monastery. What a stick from Sugar Free. 79 meters from Twisted Minds, Jake.
They just got clapped down, Jack. Toronto Ultra could just run away with the series. I mean, with how much power you have, I mean, that's the strongest map pick and ban of the series. You have to big out the big guns if you lose map 1, just to even things up, stabilize the series. If you lose your first map pick, your back is already against the wall, and Toronto Ultra, this is a strong team. If they smell blood in the water, they are going to charge. They are going to finish you off quickly, and this is the ban on Vega's Iliari. That's been their secret weapon.
Right.
They didn't even need it on this map.
Pretty sure RuPaul and Vega looking at definitely single-digit deaths, but it's got to be 2 max between them. RuPaul grinning ear to ear there. And an awkward spot, too, for that payload to stop. I mean, halfway up that little ramp before first, like, oh, good luck holding there. If you get a clean team wipe here as Toronto Ultra, like, Twisted Minds are, like, throwing themselves at the payload to try and contest, and it's all going to fall apart.
It would take a miracle for Twisted Minds. In front of the home crowd, they have to come alive and do something that I'm not sure I've ever seen this map held that early. They might go for an aggressive spawn camp here, but
a lot.
I mean, Toronto Ultra, these guys are old hands. They're going to know this is coming.
Well, Toronto Ultra, they got the veteran experience. Let's see what they have to say in the comms.
Wait. Are they all? Yeah. I know, wait.
Bro, we're gonna come right.
Wait, check.
올보니. 플레이 라이스. Yeah. Yeah, get push. Shoot him. No wall.
누워. 안 걸어.
Archer. Nice, man. Bad day.
람.
Mary.
라마. 킬러.
What's that? Bay fine. Take care of that. So UB. Hey, let me set up. I'm gonna spam someone switch. I have one. Yeah, I want to from then, man.
He's going to go for it.
He's on Demon now. I'm not there. Demon, Kiri. And Tracer.
Almost.
Tracer. I need back.
Hey, Kitty.
DP Kiri Tracer. I think they're really slow in ults here, just making ults important. I'm not ulting Barrett. Yummy.
I'm checking here. 디마맨. 아니, 애쉬거나 플래그. 저.
I'm playing man.
우리 나눠선. 왜 슈트 봐.
What do I know? I need a monkey? Division.
루파 아웃 투점.
Yeah.
You got backline is working.
Yeah, I'm trying Diva.
위에 나눠.
제발.
왜 슈트.
Okay.
디바.
Even a shake. Can we go? I can.
I should say.
Blocking Diva. DB. I need Vega.
애쉬 넷.
Try one.
디바 퍼지.
Luso. Mini.
디바.
Cut Diva.
왜 터치 봐. 아무것도 방것도 봐.
Lucio, where's Lucio? But they is not touching this one. Lucio. Let's fucking go. Zero to death. Nice. Nice. Good shit. Easy. Good. Too easy.
And an easy call there from RuPaul. Was pretty easy, to be very honest with you. Twisted, that was a quick map. How long was that? 5 minutes? 6 minutes?
Toronto Ultra are making our lives real easy here in the casting booth, making it quick, and yeah, calling that one. I can't say it better myself. That looked pretty easy, honestly. And if this is the biggest gun you've got on Twisted Minds, your first map pick, the place to even up the series and start to build some momentum, I'm starting to get worried for Twisted Minds. This is a Toronto Ultra squad that has in the past faltered on LAN. They aren't showing any signs of that here today.
It was a rough group too. Group B was extremely competitive. Twisted Minds, Team Falcons, OA LGD, all finishing 2-1. Of course, Twisted Minds beating Makers in a close map 5, but then they kind of rolled over OA LGD, who, to be fair, did end up leveling up later when they went on the tournament. But I mean, Twisted Minds need to find someone here. We're going to jump down to the studio, though. You guys can break it down some more.
We have a very quiet Kadia Arena right now, as it is going to be Toronto Ultra putting Twisted Minds against the ropes as fast as they possibly could. It was like a Royal Rumble. They came running in and they just got tossed right back over.
That was very not competitive.
Yeah.
That was a blowout there. Twisted Minds, I was just over there in the arena. The crowd was super jacked up for Twisted Minds in their first map of the day. That was pretty close, map number 1. This one was a stomping.
I saw the mascot holding his brain. McGravy, though, let's talk about the big brain plays from Toronto Ultra. It looked like Quartz was absolutely shut down. No one was able to find momentum on the Twisted Mind side. So who was doing the damage from Toronto Ultra?
I think Toronto Ultra is a team effort. It wasn't anything individual. I feel like Twisted Mind just has no idea what they're doing, frankly. You can't get momentum when you're swapping your characters every 30 seconds on the attack. They didn't seem to have a strategy at all to beat just the Ana Brig, which isn't anything super unique. I mean, not something you see frequently on this map, but Winston Ana Brig, it's not the best comp here. By no stretch of the imagination, they just don't know what to do.
Matt, you saw Twisted Minds at DreamHack.
Yeah.
We got some new bodies in for the same org. Toronto beat them up last time around, and they're doing it again. What can they do differently moving forward?
They got to try and manufacture some type of advantage with the ban system, whether it be a map pick or a ban. because I would say the skill disparity between these two teams is pretty large in terms of like player v player, right? So I think trying to manufacture an advantage that way, that's kind of the first path. But like McGravy was talking about, like if you're going to be not really understanding what you're trying to do or play or changing heroes every few seconds, you're not going to be able to get anything done.
Let's talk a little bit about the different comps you can run. We've seen Rush, we've seen Dive, we've seen Poke. What's going to be most efficient against Toronto Ultra? Because it looks like the Tracer has been causing problems, and then Merit's Ash may be even more deadly. We got Hybrid, Push, Flashpoint left for Twisted Minds to choose from.
I think when you're looking at these two teams, right, Toronto can do just a little bit of everything. Like, you wouldn't say they're the best team in the world at a certain style of play, but they can play everything at a really high level. I think Twisted Minds, their path is probably either through Diva compositions or like Ramatra Rush style of play. I think if you're going to try and play like Sigma against someone, like head-to-head those pokes, I mean, you're just going to get rolled.
Yeah, I think they're really struggling right now because they haven't really pulled up the sim composition, and that is a comp that's notoriously really good against that slow poke style that Toronto has kind of coined in this entire tournament. They love to play the Alari, they love to play the Ash. Ash is like a 90+% play rate for Merit right now, so I think you have to find a way to speed it up, whether it be Symmetra or like Mr. X, like you said, and like the Ramatra, anything just to speed them up and get Toronto off their game.
Matt, we just saw a pretty tight first map, right? In that control, it went to around 3. Do you maybe pull out Flashpoint here?
Yeah, a Flashpoint or even Push, I think is an option, right? If you go to like Push, you can play, I know maybe you get like a Coliseo, maybe ban Ash, for instance, right? And like, try and play those long sightlines. Maybe you kind of play it there with a Ramatra and get really aggressive. Flashpoint, I think, is one that, I know the map pool is so small.
We're not going there. I see behind me. We're going back to New York City.
But this is like an awesome Sigma map.
They want to play Midtown. Good idea, terrible idea. Matt's cringing.
I'm not sure. It's so hard to say because if I remember correctly, Toronto still has the Symmetra ban in their back pocket. Yes, they banned the cast, which was like a pseudo sim ban, but that's not the actual sim ban itself. They can still ban the character entirely. So I'm expecting here. Listen, Toronto has two options here. They can play the Winston and they can play the Sigma, and they're great at both. So I'm not sure what Twisted Minds really wants to do here.
Can't tell if McGravy is trying to become the coach of Twisted Minds or just calling it like he sees it. Either way, Twisted Minds, give him a call. Matt, let's talk a little bit about Toronto Ultra. Who is most dangerous on this map historically?
I think you're going to be looking at the supports, because here in Midtown, you can play double flex support. You can play like, the Alari here as well, which we've seen Vega put together some pretty good performances. So I'm going to be on the lookout for Vega in this one.
Vega, my favorite player to watch, not just because he has the best eyebrows in all of Overwatch 2, but he is so aggressive on that support hero. Ilari was banned previously, so you got to go somewhere else if you're Twisted Minds. And as you can see, Midtown is our map. I'm going to give you the same question I gave ZP earlier. How many fire trucks do we see for Twisted Minds? 0, 1, or 2?
Is it the same fire truck the entire way? So
it's two different ones.
Question. Okay, it's two different fire trucks.
Honest gone, by the way.
I'm going to say we see solo fire truck here. I thought Pugga was going to say Vega was his favorite because he's got that nice little long tail out the back, that haircut.
Oh, yeah.
Pugga's been trying to grow that for years.
It never grows out long enough. Here is a look, though, at RuPaul. He knows no Ana is going to be in the mix for him. What does he flex over to?
It's just going to be the Baptiste. I mean, listen, the Ana pretty much denies the Winston, so they're saying, hey, Toronto, we know you're going to play the Sigma. We know you're going to play the BAP. You know to play LRA. So...
But they were probably going to play Bapalari anyway, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I guess they'd rather see the Sigma instead of the Winston. They felt like the Winston was a problem, but it's a problem either way. Someone is one of the best Sigmas in the game, is one of the best Winstons in the game, so you can't... If you target one, they're just going to play the other, and this is one of the best maps in the game to play both.
Kadia Arena, I'll be honest with you, my analysts are dumbfounded by these bans coming from Twisted Minds. It doesn't make sense. They're putting all of the pressure on the players, not giving themselves an advantage, despite given every opportunity. The last one is, though, do they attack or do they defend? I have a feeling they'll try and attack first, but last time did not go as planned. And let's get right into the mix here as we're going to be throwing it back up stage. Let's go to Midtown. Jake, you excited for this one?
I am excited. I mean, someone is just a player who's so hard to ban out. You block a Winston comp, he just hits you twice as hard with the Sigma, with the Ramatra. He can play anything, and that's Toronto Ultra's strength here in this meta. They can flex to absolutely anything, no roster changes needed.
Yeah, I mean, man. I was excited to see TVNT versus someone, but it just hasn't really been a competition competition just yet. I'm curious too. I like McGravy's point on the desk. Like, they still got the sim ban. Like, we can still just ban that, and one of your comps is just completely off the table. UB being targeted quite heavily, clearly here with the May ban as well.
I mean, UB's popping off. Honestly, Quartz has been real quiet, and you can't have a player that has expectations like Quartz not producing in a critical LAN series like this. Merit, ice cold. It feels like the more pressure on him, the better he plays, and I mean, that's a scary thing to see on the other side of the stage.
NA's last hopes and dreams here in the quarterfinals here at EWC. Defending against Twisted Minds. Going for a Rhine sim rush. Here we go. Let's get a listen in with Twisted Minds.
اللاعب هان
chill لا شيل
wait go high ground fast
yeah لا شيل okay
yeah
recharging I have shield باب السايد ترى
wait after fire
okay
ready right by the way take me بس عشان I have to be in two ready
yeah I can't go
فرعون تبي كل باب الاري
موديو شيل دقيقة إلى قلت لاري فرما كم يبص العاب كرام
حالك تبي خذ
باب سايد كم كيف
هاجرون
اسمه شو هنا
لا هلت من
كان بشد كرام
انا بطلق عليه
كرام رام يبي قلت رام
I can bet. No. Nice guys. ساك باب اوكي ساك خلي كوف خلي باب يلا باب.
Point A completion there by Twisted Minds. Quartz just playing with his food. RuPaul eventually slain. My word. There was nothing stopping Quartz in that moment.
They win a fight, but man, Merit is still popping heads. You gotta be scared of one of the biggest threats here from the side of Toronto Ultra. Still looking good. Vega gonna go over to the Lucio, valuing a little bit of mobility, maybe easier to escape some of these sim TPs. Twisted Minds is very coordinated when they use the Symmetra.
Sugarfree's already got that barrage though. Oh, the rockets through the window, nothing scary. Oh! Didn't even need the barrage there. Sugarfree, 1 rocket, 2 kills into the barrage, make that a quad.
Farah, just a classic counter to the Symmetra. Pressure on Quartz and Vigilante. They've got to shut down Sugarfree. UB on the sim, there's just not so much he can do in that matchup. By the same token, though, Sugarfree not going to be getting the most support. Vap, Lucio, not really classic combos for the Farah.
Oh, Merit playing rather cheeky too. Expecting maybe them to flood out of main here, but was surprised when the Twisted Minds are going to go for a wrap around. Still got the sim, can TP to the payload. Just gonna flip the script on him here.
Toronto happy to flip the map, though. I mean, in the end, the cart's on their side of the map. They don't mind slowing this down, and it's a long rotation. The clock's running down for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, these rotations do take a little while. Quartz booped off of this small little ledge as the Bob has been deployed. Sound barrier through. Bob not going to do all of anything right now. That Annihilation is hurting, though, burning away at the health pools of Twisted Minds. Try and walk on, and someone says, not today. That will be a nice little team kill for Toronto Ultra as they regain control of high ground.
And a stagger onto Quartz, few extra seconds. Something I've been seeing out of Toronto all tournament long. Whenever they win these fights, they're always staggering the last kill, and those few extra seconds every fight, they really do add up to the course of a map. You might deny an entire team fight. TVNT, he's got the Shatter. UB with the Sim Wall. These are some of the most powerful ults in the comp. Very difficult for someone to counteract. This is really Twisted Minds' fight to win. They've got to get some tempo at this moment.
Little TV Shatter, maybe? No, it looks like UB trying to force Merit out of this small corner. Shatter lands, hits someone. I mean, you still have his support next year, and here comes the wall, too. TVNT super low, though. They are in control of the payload at this current moment in time. As Merit tries to go onto this high ground, but forced away eventually. And now they're just trying to burn away the shield of TVNT. No more shield, which means TVNT has to get out of there. There will be RuPaul and the gang just chasing Twisted Minds around. I mean, the rotations from Toronto Ultra, they're kind of playing Twisted Minds in their own game.
I gotta keep it a buck with you. There seems to be a team difference in this game. I mean, the small details from Toronto Ultra are just perfectly on point. Their awareness, their rotation around the map. We've seen UB Sim dominate lesser teams, but Toronto Ultra are pretty much unfazed at this point.
Yeah, they've been hitting the VODs. We know the rotations with the sim. We know where you want to go. We know where you want to be. We're just going to also move as 5 without a teleporter. We're just going to, you know, corral around the payload instead.
More late game spots for Twisted Minds onto a comp that frankly makes no sense. So maybe they can make it work, but pressure on for Quartz. He's got to produce something miraculous.
Well, he's got high noon, I suppose, but now walking into a window sound barrier barrage and a pop, and then an annihilation coming up. Basically, there's a lot of check marks there.
I'd be blaming my teammates in rank for picking these heroes together. Twisted Minds, maybe they're Giga Brain. We'll see.
Oh, those sim orbs flying towards the front line. Sound barrier comes in from Sugarfree. And someone caught out with this high noon. Potentially a boot there from Bliss. The little assist in the kill feed.
Aggression is punished. They're going to wait for someone, though. Wise to regroup, fight at full strength. And Twisted Minds, I mean, they started it going, but Toronto Ultra not giving up this critical high ground. Bob slowing things down, going to buy time for someone to get back to the fight.
Halo's not moving, Jake.
They're so passive. Look at, they don't even wait for their tank.
Not moving.
Fearless.
Yeah. No, he's on Z division. Barrage available from Sugarfree. Look, 50 seconds to go. You've got wall in 30%, but who are you getting ult charge off? I mean, I don't think Yubi's even going to get this ult.
It's going to be tough. I mean, Sim just doesn't fit with the rest of the comp. It just doesn't really make sense. To be honest, Vigilante with this rush, that's really their biggest asset. Bliss with the sound barrier. Surely you win this fight.
Surely. Annihilation. And now you have to worry about the barrage. Oh, dearie me. Didn't see Sugarfree there. Playing a bit of a Where's Wally or Where's Waldo, my American viewers. As the rush has been ripped in this small corner, and not being anywhere near the payload, doesn't like Twisted Minds are going to be able to utilize it. But RuPaul Dead is a good start. I mean, can Toronto Ultra kind of settle the score? TVNT's mech disappearing, and now with only 8 seconds to go, someone has to touch the point. And it's quite a distance away, and you're going to be suffering a whole lot of damage as soon as you come through this choke. Bliss gets there, receives the Suzu, manages to stay alive, but Sugarfree still alive and well, picks up the Mega Health Pack, but with no Diva mech, this is looking rough for Twisted Minds who try and take this high ground.
So much pressure. The sim wall comes in. It's very defensive. Vega so close to that sound barrier, could be coming in to bail out someone who's wisely hiding in the corner.
I mean, RuPaul can just lay down window, Jake.
Oh no, Barrett in the window.
Oh, dearie me. I see a lot of kills in the future, although Defense Matrix doing a lot of work there for TVNT, who eventually finds the remech, and now the payload under the car wash. A better position for Twisted Minds to be in, using that high noon, but they have to kind of deal with this Bob. You be taken care of by RuPaul, and here comes the aggression. Sound barrier from Vega is just going to wipe Twisted Minds. A nice little self-destruct, but unfortunately, it only kills the lamp. Toronto Ultra making it look easy.
The Sim TPs pay off on first point, but they fall flat as soon as Toronto adapts. There's just no more gas in the tank, and I have to agree with McGravy. I mean, Twisted Minds look lost. As soon as Toronto Ultra responds with a comp, there's just no second answer, and from there on out, it's just Merit on the high ground, feasting on your backline, and it's just not something you can allow to happen if you want any hope of beating this Toronto Ultra squad.
Nice high noon there on someone. So that's how it happened.
Oh, TVNT, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty big error. Like, the Farah shot a rocket from above your head. Surprise, surprise, she's coming to barrage your sim.
Yeah, she's gonna come and kill you. All right. How do Twisted Minds kind of deal on the defense? Bliss, of course, historically known as a main support player, so I doubt we're going to see the Alari or anything like that. A lot of Merit fans in the audience. Someone MVP as well, so true, so true. My king, someone. One of the most unbelievable performances in the Overwatch League in 2023. I cannot escape. I cannot escape. Doesn't matter the broadcast, the pigeons still show up.
Quartz choosing the Widowmaker here on defense is basically an all-in for this first point hold, but I think he's wise to commit. I think if this fire truck gets rolling, Toronto Ultra very likely to close the map out and coming to a 3-0 series lead. I mean, that would be just devastating for the mental of Twisted Minds. Is the pressure of the home crowd getting to them? I think it's fair to ask at this point.
Well, they will be meeting Zeta Division in the semi-finals. Quartz there with a little bit of a, ugh. Should have hit that, should have killed.
So
Still got to be scary, though.
Something.
Still got to be scary matching up against Quartz Widow, but Toronto Defiant. Ooh! Mirror doing a little pirouette there as well, just like a little spin of the 360, trying to make sure that head hitbox is as mobile as possible, but Quartz still connects.
Yeah, you can't lose anybody, though, as you move to clean up Vega on the flank. This has got to be clean, and they're fighting back. They're really not going down easy. I mean, how did they get out of this? Toronto Ultra. Oh, Quartz again. But TVNT's dropping low. You cannot lose a single player if you are the Twisted Minds on defense.
Quartz is always the player to look for, to come up with kills, to come up with big plays for Twisted Minds. All right, a minute burn, Jake. And Merit now switching over to Widow. This is what I wanted to see. Oh, yes.
Merit, I think this is a wise choice as well. Put some pressure back onto Quartz. Add a little bit more challenge. Don't let this defensive Widowmaker just be confident that she can't be taken down. Sugar Free as well, another huge threat. Quartz has a lot of troubles to worry about as he tries to hold down this point for his team.
Quartz so close to these sites. Going to be hard for Merit to find any value when they're up. He's just kind of focusing on the tank and the edge of that fire truck as well. Curious where to Quartz actually is. You can see Merit hunting for him.
Vega and Sugar Free, they're trying to swing wide. UB and Bliss have to stop them. If you let Vega get this angle, it's going to be devastating.
That is a very defensive position on the Widowmaker there, waiting for Merit to go for a grapple shot on one side of the train.
I wouldn't expect that spot either, so Quartz really feeling the pressure here in the series. Merit on the window.
No, something we
first
don't.
sight should slow him down.
Ooh, no one peek it, don't do it. I know you got sights, Quartz, but you got to deal with the window. Lands a body shot, but that's about it. 2 minutes to go now. UB's pulse bomb only finding the lamp cooldown. Oh, what a shot onto Vega. You got to see that coming, surely. Oh, Merit with the 2-tap, though, onto Quartz, but shouldn't matter. Quartz will be back in just a moment. Twisted Minds with an unbelievable defense there with the team kill.
They're playing incredibly well, and a full hold here could be just what the doctor ordered for Twisted Minds to regain some momentum in this series, get some hope, especially with a big performance from Quartz. That's what they were missing in the last few maps. If Quartz can really keep this going, we could be seeing the beginning of an amazing comeback.
Oh, you'd be trying to get the one clip on Merit there. Here comes the Annihilation. Merit down. Quartz without a worry in the world right now. There's a minute to go, someone dead. Okay, full reset.
It is expensive, though. It does cost the Annihilation, and although Twisted Minds win many fights back-to-back, they only have the sound barrier. So many aggressive tools for Toronto Ultra. Bliss, he has to find the perfect moment. Not a second too early, not a second too late. Tons of pressure on the Korean pickup side.
Good angle there from Quartz, but immediately sniffed out by someone. Here comes the ultimate. Vega straight to the back line, does manage to connect with TVNT. Vega's got to be a little bit careful now. It's to 1 HP. Somehow, some way, Quartz did not find the kill onto Vega, but it doesn't matter because Sugar Free is dead. Quartz under a lot of pressure, but the rest of his team is there to back him up. Sound barrier comes through for Bliss. They want to end this right here, right now, with 20 seconds to go. They're going to need to find something as Vigilante is under a lot of pressure. Use those exo boots to get to the high ground, escaping the Annihilation, but someone just trying as he might to get him, and he does in the end. But Quartz comes up with yet another kill. There is pressure on the point here as Toronto Ultra are capping Jake, but Yubi's going to come back in just a moment with a pulse bomb. Bliss jumping onto the point, trying to find something in this fight, but it is all someone, despite Quartz finding, what, 2 or 3 picks there.
Man, Bliss had hands of steel holding onto the sound barrier so late into the fight, but someone, he held it just a little bit longer, coming in with the Annihilation, crushing the backline, and still having the wherewithal to come back to the point and secure the cap for his squad. So little distance to push. Twisted Minds, 2 minutes on the clock. This is going to be a tough hold. Yubi, this pulse bomb has to stick.
Yeah, I mean, this is one fight, really. Of course, that payload was just kind of jiggling backwards and forwards around this corner after Twisted Minds were forced all the way back to their spawn. Vega dead, not great. Good stick from Yubi.
Toronto Ultra just trying to back out, want to get a clean reset.
Not happening.
Ward shuts it down, so real opportunity here for Twisted Minds. Just window on window. Pressure on the Baptiste player from both sides. Quartz, see who can find the opening. Malga versus Ramatra as well. Toronto Ultra want to find the opportunity to charge in aggressively behind this Malga, and Sugar Free, he's set up to be the hammer to someone's anvil. Backline for Twisted Minds. You've got to be ready for this.
Oh, there's the window. They're going to try and go early here, force the positioning of Sugar Free maybe. Oh, TVNT through the window. Look at that. Vortex killing Merit. Now Sugar Free, it's time to strike, but where's the value? Where's the kills? Sugar Free needs to get something. No, goes to the reset. There's a minute to go again. It's coming down to the wire. Merit even switching over to the Hanzos. Twisted Minds looking like they want to play up.
Quartz, a kill here would absolutely be massive. It's just a headshot onto someone, though. Gonna have to back off the angle.
Pokemon from Sugar Free is going to be the difference maker. It's been so good with the Tracer this tournament so far. The connection rates have been sublime.
Quartz has really been heating up on this map on the Widowmaker. A pick here would be crucial.
Hunting, he knows Merit and Brew Paul are carrying behind that corner right now. Oh, what a shot onto Vega! Lucio down, 30 seconds to go. Sights pop, Toronto Ultra on the retreat. Annihilation to follow this one up. They're going to try and make this hurt, and it does. You don't need a plaster. You need a cast on this arm. Twisted Minds pushing all the way up to the spawn. 20 seconds to go now.
Once again, Quartz with a kill could just end the map right here. Get his team on the board in front of the hometown crowd in Riyadh.
Beat, Pulse Bomb. Look how aggressive they're playing as well, and they know they can just run into them. Bliss with the sound barrier hits for. They're running into the back line of Pulse Bomb, landing onto Vega. Does manage to stay alive, though, as the cage gets deployed. Their OT has been popped here by Toronto Ultra, who do manage to find at least Vigilante. Sugar Free's pushing the payload. It's actually going to get matched with Quartz here on the Widowmaker. He's so low. Vega, Sugar Free are pushing the payload. Someone has to touch. Someone has to get there in time. UB with no recall, and Sugar Free and Vega have done it. They pushed the payload all the way under car wash. And they're on match point now. A 3-0 with Zeta Division in the semi-finals, potentially going to get matched up to them. They can just close out one more match.
What a devastating loss for Twisted Minds. It really felt like they were going to make the miracle happen and close out Midtown, but now they're down 3-0 in the series. Quartz is heating up. UB's looking as good as ever, but is it enough? I mean, the road home, it's impossible to imagine a 4-3 comeback with the map picks against you. Surely not.
We already had an Escort hybrid. Obviously, we've had Control as well. Hey, look at those smiles on the face of Toronto Ultra. NA's #1. Twisted Minds, who have had a hell of a run, to be fair. In EU, of course, winning that stage 1 in OWCS. Didn't have the hottest break in stage #2, of course, with the team kind of changing all about the place, but this is one of their strongest looks so far. Let's quickly jump down to the stage, though. See what the guys have to say about this one.
Oh, Quartz, all of that effort, all of that headshotting.
Goes for nothing.
For nothing. Sugar Free. Just cap. We forgot about a car, Matt. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, the cart just continued to roll. We thought the game was done, but Graves was like, oh, hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. This one might not be as easy for TM, but it's a brutal way to lose.
What did Kasora say over to Sugar Free? Great job remembering how to play this game mode.
Listen, staying calm under pressure, that's how you win in this game. It's so chaotic. You could so easily get caught up in the fact that you've gotten held on first point for 3.5 minutes. Yeah, but you have to feel for Quartz, man. That was a shy level performance, like his on Circuit Royale. This might even have been better. The shots were so critical. He just stymied every time Toronto wanted to walk in. Every time, critical headshots after critical headshots.
I'll tell you what, Matt, I cannot wait to see the Pepsi reactions tomorrow of that crowd, because they were on their feet cheering for Twisted Minds, only to have victory ripped from their hands. And I mean, as we look through, you can just see the defense was so good up until the final moment. The Lucio seals the deal.
Here's the positivity of it.
Yeah, hit me with it.
Imagine how crazy the crowd is going to be if TM reverse sweeps.
True.
Right? I mean, they're going to be going absolutely insane in there. Not likely, but it would be pretty awesome to see. Quartz playing the Widowmaker like that, you want to see them maybe go back to that again. They looked much better playing the Rush. I don't know if they're going to be able to force it as easy, though.
But the issue is the maps that are left are not Widow-friendly. We have the push game mode and we have Flashpoint. And you think of all of those maps and there's only a couple, potentially a new Queen Street, a wacky Widow map, but there's not a lot of good options here for Quartz to single-handedly carry this team to a victory.
The good news is, after game 3s, generally we offer a break for the players. You got about 3 minutes to recompose if you're Twisted Minds coaches. Are you listening to the players? In fact, I'm told in my ear, there is no break.
Yeah,
they want to stay on the stage. They think they have the hot hand. They know they were this close to taking a map, and they also get to choose the next one, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, you have a player like Quartz on the hit scan who's playing that good. Why do you want to go, ship him off to the back? Just kind of sit there and think about it even more. for a few minutes. But like McGravy said, you don't have many awesome options left here, right? Flashpoint, okay.
Suravasa or New Junk City? What's going to be easier if they choose that?
Oh, I mean, typically, in OWCS, we've seen teams like go to Suravasa a lot more, but we've seen a lot of New Junk City here at this event. I'm thinking maybe even like a Runa Sampi's in the mix.
Yeah, just for the uncertainty, potentially. It's the newest map. Hey, maybe Toronto hasn't looked at it all the way. Maybe there's certain parts of the map they haven't explored, but, I mean, this is a professional team. Maybe just for the uncertainty. I kind of agree with that.
What about if I just want Quartz to have his best possible Widow performance in back-to-back maps? Where can I set him up for success? Because if I look across his 5-man roster, he's the one who I feel like it can go toe-to-toe with Merritt and the rest of this Toronto Ultra squad.
I think if the coach went in there and was like, hey, look, we want to play Widowmaker, and we're going to go to, like, New Queen Street, I think the rest of the team would be like, are you sure?
Are you sure we should do this in
the Flashpoint? If that were my team and I came to the suggestion to play Widowmaker on New Queen Street to save our lives in the tournaments, I'd probably get fired.
Well, the fans out here, you can tell the Saudi audience is very much awake, and they had a lot of faith in Twisted Minds. Only 34% of the audience choosing Toronto Ultra, and Toronto is now on match point.
Look, they're so passionate, the fans here, right? I know whether it be at the TM booth or in the venue, right, for Twisted Minds and Falcon. So not surprised to see them kind of still riding with the squad.
It's time to find out where we playing next. Let's reveal it behind us. How do you guys feel about the map? Suravasa, we're playing Flashpoint. They fell close on control. This is similar to 5 control points, right, McGravy? So what can you get done if you're Twisted Minds here?
Yeah, I think you really got to rely on Yubi here. He is the commander of this team. He is the voice. He is the vocal leader. And you have to put him on a strong hero to have any chance of winning this series. So potentially the Sim, potentially the Maid. That's something that he's really known for.
All right, we got to send it to the stage. Not yet. In a moment. The map's almost ready, Matt.
It's almost. I think, look, Lucio is essential here on Flashpoint, right? So probably going to see both teams playing that Lucio. I think you got to see them try and play the Sim. I think the Sim, even more, speed and maneuverability around the map.
With that said, Sim just got banned earlier by Twisted Minds. Is it turn for Toronto Ultra to make that happen? I don't know what's going to happen here. All I know is the Arabic casters are really excited for Twisted Minds to bring it back. Let's send it to the stage. Suravasa is the map. Twisted Minds has the fans' energy. You can see the mascot getting them all riled up, McGravy. So it's time to start strong. Let's see where Twisted Minds goes with our hero bands. Are you going support? Are you going tank? Or are you feeling a DPS band?
A Genji ban?
Play Tracer against me, Sugar-Free.
Potentially, this actually, I could see this in the Twisted Minds. This is potentially a DPS that saves the Symmetra for Twisted Minds. I think this is a DPS protection pick. I think it's not so much about the Genji itself. I think it's about Twisted Minds saying, hey, Zenyatta, not Genji.
Yeah, come on, Comp Ops. Let's switch it up here on them. It's going to be Zenyatta?
So maybe on the flip side, I think it's potentially the same idea. Zenyatta protecting the Lucio because they want to play fast. Kind of the same idea, just in a different role.
They're connected deep in the lore, so that's how you can kind of get them. I don't think he's an Omnic.
I think they're the same people, but just one has a sword on his back.
Hey, that's a rumor that they're the same people. You've heard about that one, McGregor?
Listen, I'm not into those conspiracy theories, but maybe I have to do some research when I get back.
Zen protects like Lucio, BAP, things like that, but now the Sim, like Puckett was saying earlier, still available. So I'm curious what we'll see from Toronto Ultra.
Look at that flow on Twisted Minds. These guys looking good, but their gameplay far from it early in the series. They started turning it up in game number 3, and with no Malga on the map, what does this mean for the tanks?
So with the, you're going to see probably Ramatra head-to-head, right? That was what we just saw here on Midtown. So Ramatra head-to-head, if that doesn't really work out for Ultra, you can always fall back on the Sigma.
Yeah, I want Twisted Minds to force this. Come on, get it done, McGravy, right?
Yeah, Maga is a traditional Ramatra counter. I think this is Toronto saying, hey, listen, we're completely fine taking us Ramatra mirror. Bring it.
The map is ready. Our players are smiling. That means it's time to get into the lobby. Let's head on over to Jake and Jaws to get map and potentially the final map of this series underway.
Thank you very much, Puckett. Yes, Suravasa is the map pick here from Twisted Minds. I mean, Jake, that was the one map they actually took off Team Falcons in the group stage. 3-2 affair, pretty close, but against the caliber of team that is Team Falcons, probably feeling pretty confident taking us here now.
Yeah, the Sim Cassidy has been a huge strength for Twisted Minds, especially on Suravasa. They pull out incredibly tricky moves with these two heroes, proving very, very hard to catch, with basically giving ridiculous mobility to Quartz on the Cassidy, a lot of trust. And I feel for Twisted Minds, you know, each individual player has had their standout moments. They just haven't coalesced into one unit the way this Toronto Ultra squad have.
Well, Toronto Ultra not running out with the Lucio here, more defensive. Again, running Merit on the Ashe and then Vega on the Brig. They're expecting, obviously, Twisted Minds to kind of jump to the back line with that TP or just with the Lucio speed. Here we go, Yubi trying to time his teleports here as they move up as the point unlocks.
I like this. Just play to cap. You know, you don't have to force anything. The Sim is a pretty decent poke hero in her own right. Someone looks for something but just can't, gets instantly pushed away, and first flip goes to Twisted Minds. This first point is great for their style.
Yeah, nice orbs there by Yubi catching someone in midair. And like you said, yeah, you don't expect a Sim poke hero. She's pretty close range, but if you're consistent with those orbs, they do so much damage.
And on the other side, Vega on the Brig can't do so much until he can close the gap and get on top of the backline, which is another place Sim tries. Huge dive, though, comes in from someone.
Yeah, Vigilante. Unfortunately, not able to take that teleporter in time. Maybe cut in half, perhaps, as Quartz also ends up go down. All right, there's the quick kill.
Toronto, signature stall. Gonna get this neck out. And
that's
no,
nice. That's real nice.
I mean, this is really bad. He might need to go back to spawn and swap there. Even TPing him to get him back faster. Gonna give up the Diva Bomb. You just gotta get back into the fight. Man, that's a rough one, though. Really take some of the wind out of your sails. No ults just yet available, and these long poking phases, I think, are scary for Twisted Minds. There's so many threats that TVNT has to watch out for.
Well, of course, there's a fair amount of damage already. We're almost got that high noon, but same could be said for Merit with the Bob. Here comes someone again. Takes a completely charged Sim Orb before he actually touches the ground. Half HP already, but RuPaul was ready and waiting with the nade and the nano. Oh, the Primal Blade. Oh, it's also glorious when it's in the hands of someone. I don't think Bliss wishes to be here anymore, although he's kind of helped by someone there just somewhat, but no, it doesn't matter. He's still going to chase you all the way to spawn. And with 10% to go, Jake, this might just be the first gap here for Toronto Ultra.
We saw this a bit from Zeta Division, how powerful the Winston can be in the hands of an... Someone can really take it to just about anybody. Toronto Ultra looking so adept on this comp, and Twisted Minds have no answer just yet. Yubi only 75% to that Symmetra wall. We've seen it be impactful, but you've got to get it built up more quickly. You can't be going down a point.
I only really needed to use 2 ults there too, so still got 3 to spare. If from bad to worse, DBNC says nope. Reset.
Merit just lights you up with back-to-back headshots. That has got to sting.
My guy is cheesing.
Like, bro, Merit, chill. Like, stop getting the first pick. I'm trying to style out him. I want to crush this key.
We need some clips.
I want Merit to crush the key.
Ultra Twitter.
And that hydraulic press, I mean, they've got to be getting it warm. Twisted Minds.
Oh,
5 minutes. Okay, it's cleansed. It's cleansed.
Good TP onto RuPaul, and there's the flip. Pretty quick.
Now using the Sim wall. Twisted Minds maybe being a little desperate here, charging into full HP heroes. They use the TP to get out, though, so.
Very quick on the rotation here. Did a little bit of damage. Couple of headshots
in the
future if they're not careful.
You know? I don't like this.
He's being.
For Twisted Minds, I don't like when Merit sees you.
They got wall though, so maybe if we just deploy the wall, Merit can't shoot us all in the head.
Just hide, get behind the shield.
They are literally just hiding from him right now.
I don't blame them.
Eventually, they do end up contesting the point there as Sugar Free comes in, but now you have to worry about double support from Toronto Ultra. There's the wall, been deployed, TP through. Oh, the nade kill. They were lying in wait for it. Rally popped, multi-stun there as Twisted Minds say goodbye.
Yeah, we waited so long for the sim wall, and it falls flat.
Let's get Toronto quick listening, though, as they capture that point.
Lenny King, right?
I'm ready, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. Get ready.
Yeah, we can.
I'm ready, ready.
3, 2, push. Lucio.
DMC.
Kill one.
Ham get Brahmo. Hey, you good at?
I'm
Come back.
Diva low. Diva's one, him.
Diva.
She right.
I'm back.
What's up, Bob?
Next ball push.
Yeah. They better go.
Don't TP.
I come on.
I'm going.
Nice.
We can back. 3, 2, 1. Push.
Kilo. Which one? Same.
Great that shot. Guess one.
You want?
Okay. Are they beat it? They beat it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They beat it when we probably.
I need Diva.
Loop hiding.
Yeah, okay.
And the disengage with the TPs are really easy, but Toronto Ultra look like they got a TP of their own. They're not playing sim. They are just, they engage with B. Okay, that's fine. Oh, they rush. Okay, that's fine. We just all back out, all reset, and then someone just immediately jumping back in and securing kills. That's 2 points up now for Toronto Ultra. They're 1 point away, Jake, from walking away with this series.
I gotta call it. I mean, there's just a difference in strength between these two teams. The High Noon comes in, TP above, but Toronto, they're just ready for every play that Twisted Minds pulls out. There's nothing you can do to surprise them.
It's fooled many a team, that teleport High Noon, but not Toronto Ultra. Oh, dearie me. Not where UB wants to be, but Merit decides against this fight as well by the looks of it. Everybody jumping onto Merit, but it is Vega to the rescue. A nice little nade there onto Bliss, and here comes the nano boost. Merit down, but so is TVNT, which means Toronto Ultra are going to cap.
And I feel like every time Toronto gets control, they don't just sit back, they don't just wait for you to come in, they charge forward and clean you up off the map, force you all the way out. He's such a master of the primal rage, and with only 15% to go, it's almost a guarantee he'll get it as he dives in.
Back in, he's got the primal. They're going to extend this fight, you'd imagine. Quite a fair bit. Primal used, there's no teleporter available for Twisted Minds anymore. Instantly takes down Yubi, who had, well, nothing to do with that fight whatsoever. Just beam someone just a little bit. Bliss down, and Jake, I mean, sure, someone is dead, but this might just be all over. 60%. Twisted Minds, they got ults to come back in, but like you mentioned, Toronto Ultra have every single answer to what Twisted Minds are throwing in.
I'm not gonna lie, Jack, I am a biased man. Let's go NA, about to send the hometown heroes straight to that hydraulic press. I can feel it coming.
Bob, they're gonna start the fight early. Well, there's the wall. It's on the point. It's going to separate Toronto Ultra from Twisted Minds. And yeah, someone's just jumped on the hog. Why not? Quad's already down. Kutsune rush pulled as they have to deal with the Vega's onslaught now with this rally. Bliss has still got the sound barrier. Does end up deploying it, but they're using a lot to try and just stay in this fight. Sugarfree's pulse bomb gets denied there by the Suzu as someone is straight back to spawn. Didn't get a lot of value there, Jake, but it was worth the attempt.
We wouldn't be North Americans if we didn't do a little trolling.
He's back to Winston. Let's go. All right. Twisted Minds to end up managing to find that fight after someone trolled a little bit.
Okay, Twisted Minds getting everything they can out of this. A deep stall onto RuPaul. It's probably going to be just one more fight for Twisted Minds, but Quartz was forced onto the Tracer to get this recontest going. Merit onto the Echo. We are officially in Mystery Heroes territory.
Okay, but still a chance. Twisted Minds literally have to be perfect here. Get 3 points, win the map, and, you know, a complete reverse sweep, if you will.
Nano for RuPaul onto someone. It's been devastating every time. Can Twisted Minds find the answer with a tricky TP?
Someone jumping in, buying some space here for Toronto Ultra. A TP into the backline, and Suzu used 2. TVNT is going to be the focus, but the self-destruct will help him get back into mech in just a moment. Someone down, actually, to self-destruct, but they end up killing TVNT as well. So it's just a 2 DPS versus 2 support situation as Twisted Minds miraculously managed to hold on. This should be the point, unless Merit can pull out something tricky, but no, not to be. Twisted Minds on the board.
TVNT, that was a sick bomb. I thought he was just using it to remake on the point, but he shot it through the hole in the roof and it came over on top of someone's head. He did not see that coming. Well played by the tank of Twisted Minds.
Quick rotations here with the sim.
Merit on the Echo, flexing his muscles. Let's test this hit scan master's flexibility. What can he do with the copy? Maybe a Cassidy can bring him back into his comfort zone.
Yeah, probably. Even the Diva. Really early Suzu usage, but you've got Kitsune Rush to use, and same with the Sound Barrier. A dupe into the sim as they dupe the TP and then run away. Pulse bomb on the floor from Sugar Free. Still trying to find a flip in this fight, but easy wall for Merit. Oh, he's just beaming them down. You can't run away. Oh my word. I was like, oh, maybe the sim, I don't know if that's a good strat there. And he earns a wall in, what, less than 2 seconds?
The copy sim kind of goes crazy. Wall is one of the better ults in the game, and turning an Echo copy into a sim wall is a decent trade. Twisted Minds want to strike back quick with a sim wall of their own. Kitsune Rush as well. They get RuPaul. Support ults have to be perfect here.
Yeah, they're in a good position to use this rush too. Again, a very early Suzu as Yubi just gets absolutely decimated by someone. Quartz evening things up yet again, though, when the Cassidy, the true superstar for Twisted Minds, is coming alive. As Toronto Ultra, they've got Vega on the point, but little to no support now for the rest of the team to stay in this.
That was a Blitzkrieg with the rally. I like the idea. If you get into a long fight against Symmetra and Kiriko, you are in real trouble. So I think that's the right play from Toronto Ultra. Quartz, though, so sharp with that headshot. Wait, Vigilante? Oh, no, got too greedy and disrespecting playoffs merit. Simple, simple.
Yeah, double headshot, I'd imagine. Oh, that's a little rough. I mean, now you're going to have to wait for Vigilante to come back. You have to play a little bit safe here, but Yubi's off in Narnia. On a completely different side of the map to the rest of his team. You're going to lose this fight, you're going to reset, but they've still got another opportunity to get back in.
Man, losing your flex support first to the hit scan. A critical error, one of the classic errors of Overwatch, but it's Merit on the other side. I mean, come on. The pressure is unrelenting. So many teams have looked lost against Twisted Minds, but Toronto Ultra, they aren't even breaking a sweat.
3 ultimates for Twisted Minds, but Toronto Ultra wanting to go super early here with this Primal Rage. Sound Barrier for Bliss just to try and survive the fight. 5% to go for Toronto Ultra as they attempt to try and close out this series with a 4-0. Yubi just trying to chase Merit, but Merit's a little bit too quick for him by the looks of it. A bomb on the point is going to get destroyed by the self-destruct from TVNT. Looks like Twisted Minds should be able to cap. Eventually, they managed to separate Toronto Ultra's DPS line from Vega and RuPaul, but they're not out of the woods just yet. Sugar Free chasing down Bliss, but the fancy footwork from the Lucio does mean he stays alive.
Man, what a scrap in this fight. Both teams staying alive, staggering. TVNT, though, he's lost his mech. Vigilante forced back. Can he find a time to Kitsune Rush? The map is in the balance.
Rally for Vega, too. I mean, how are they going to survive on this point? Yubi has still got the wall, and a kill onto Sugar Free is good from Bliss, but Rally used, and, well, the rush was good from Vigilante, but there's no one there to actually use it. And now they have to stand up against someone who's nearing in this Primal Rage. A nice little bash through the wall there. The flail will be swinging for Vega, who's also going equally pretty low. Eventually, the wall does end up falling over, but now you have to deal with someone's Primal Rage. He's one angry Winston as Bliss ends up going down. It's an overtime fight here as Twisted Minds remain in control, but someone finds yet another kill. Eventually slain by Vigilante, and Twisted Minds, they're not out of this. Another boost onto Sugar Free as he focuses down TVNT's mech, turning his attention towards Yubi, but he just teleports out of there, and Twisted Minds find yet another cap.
They are clutching up when it matters most, forcing us to a 5th point on this Flashpoint map. Toronto Ultra maybe getting a little bit too silly, losing the tempo, and now Twisted Minds with tons of ultimates coming online in these next few fights. They're in a great position to get on the board here on Suravasa.
Yeah, you can hear the crowd as well. We know who they want to win. That is for certain. And you best believe Toronto Ultra are feeling that in the stadium as well. Good high ground position here from Quartz. TP.
What a boop from Vega. Completely shuts this down.
On the point, but no, Sugar Free out of there pretty quick. Very, very well read by Toronto Ultra.
Yeah, that's masterful from Vega. It does secure a point for Twisted Minds. In the end, they're not going to be too upset about that. This Diva's so hard to evict from the point. Teleport forward is punished completely. Bliss.
Let's just hit the two-man B. Ooh, a little rough. Oh, nice shot from Vigilante, but yeah, there you go. Bliss hitting the two-man sound barrier there. Unfortunately, didn't help Quartz or UB whatsoever. And that'll be Toronto capping.
Twisted Minds kind of crumbling in that fight. I don't think they needed to do anything proactive. I think TVNT could have just held down the point, stalled things out, but
you could just TP around them.
Yeah,
like
they go for a fast move, and it just gets absolutely denied. Less coordinated than I would expect from this Twisted Mind squad.
All right, UB up 75% towards that wall now. So you try and enter this fight through these archways. A rush on the point. This should make someone at least somewhat fearful. And there we go. He ends up backing off. TP onto the high ground too, just to put fear in the hearts of Toronto Ultra. But looks like they're not going to give this point up without a fight. A nice nade from RuPaul there sends Twisted Minds backline reeling as the sound barrier from Vega. They're trying to make this final fight. UB down, the pressure just unrelenting from the rest of Toronto Ultra. Now as someone pops the Primal Rage, they're going to have one fight, but it's going to be a staggered one at 85%. Look how far someone is chasing to try and kill Bliss. He's got a contract on his head or something. TVNT ends up getting shut down by Merit. The wall on the point, but who's there to use it? Absolutely nobody. As Toronto Ultra end up claiming the map. A 4-0 fashion as well to knock Twisted Minds out.
Toronto Ultra beating the Land Choker accusations. They have booked a ticket to the semifinal in dominant fashion, having fun in the quarters. They're playing for $1 million and they're bringing out the Roadhog.
Yeah, I love to see it. Honestly, if you bring out Roadhog in any one of these maps at this moment in time in the bracket, I'm your biggest fan. Twisted Minds in front of their home crowd here do end up going down 4-0. I mean, Toronto, you think back to the Dallas Major, just one of the worst performances I think we've seen this team have. It was a really rough time for them, but showing up in a big way, beating OALGD previously in a 4-1 fashion, and even cleaner here against Twisted Minds in a 4-0. Now their next opponent is Zeta Division, but before we go to that match, we got some key crushing to do.
This is my favorite part of the tournament. I'm not going to lie. I love seeing the keys crushed. I mean,
You see how aggressive people are getting as well? They're getting snapped in half.
Yeah, they're pushing it, right? You're starting to feel it. You're starting to taste that potential $1 million prize pool and the biggest possible share waiting for the champion. And Merit, this guy on your screen, I mean, what a ridiculous performance. So consistent. The more pressure he's under, the better he becomes. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's the opposite of your expectation. But then again, he was our last Overwatch League champion. There is a reason people fear this guy on playoffs.
Yeah. Last hope for NA2 in Toronto Ultra. Of course, M80 went down to Team Falcons. A rough first round opponent, to be fair, for M80. And unfortunately, Nightmare, of course, not making it out the group. Group D was, I mean, Virtus Pro sweeping. And then the rest of the teams getting a 1-2 record. God, someone will always be a fan favorite.
Even the hometown crowd for Twisted Minds has got to respect someone. I mean, this guy, you got to love him. Look at this. The personality, the excitement. I couldn't think of a better player to be representing and leading the Toronto Ultra and potentially their best international result yet.
Let's jump down to the stage, though, to hear from one of the biggest carries NA's ever seen in Lenny. Down on the stage now.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. I am here with Sugar Free from Toronto Ultra after a 4-0 against Twisted Minds in their hometown, in front of the home crowd. So my first question to you, what do you want to say to the fans?
Hey, just like China, I'll see you guys next year.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, but before we continue this interview, we have UB ready to give over the key to potentially the better Tracer. So, UB, you can come over here, please. There you go, you got the key. And now you guys are 2 steps away from getting to the grand final and possibly winning this trophy. But you have one more step in the semifinals against Zeta Division. What do you think about this match?
Honestly, the way we've been playing recently, I'm not really worried about them at all. You know, I think we're better in every role, every hero.
All right, I mean, you guys heard it first. Toronto Ultra think that's going to be an easy match, but let's see how that turns out. We'll get that key crushing ceremony running, but for now, let's head back to the studio.
Thank you very much, Fancy. Congratulations to Sugar Free and Toronto Ultra. They sent China packing with OALGD last night, and now he says we will see you next year, Twisted Minds. Farewell, a hot 4-0. And there was some disrespect in that last game. Before we talk about the Roadhog, though, Matt, let's talk about what we saw going back to map 1. This is where Twisted Minds looked the most dangerous outside of map 3.
Yeah, I mean, this was their best showing, right out of the gate. I think you probably have a little bit like energy from the crowd, right? The bans didn't really come in to impact either team all too much in map number 1. After that, though, it was all Ultra all the time.
Yeah, I think that Shambali really took the wind out of their sails. You can't go into the second map after losing the first one and have zero idea what you're doing. Once that happens, it just assassinates any sort of emotion your team will have going forward. It's really hard to believe after that second map. It was an absolute beatdown.
Taking a look at Midtown, if your wind wasn't taken out of your sails after map 2, it definitely was here. You played so well if you're Twisted Minds. Your defense was nearly impeccable on the second point. But you forgot about the objective. Sugar Free on the Tracer gets behind them and helps send it home.
It's also after the first 2 maps. Quartz has a sick performance here on Midtown, and you still lose. That sends you to the 4th map. Like, well, what are we supposed to do now, right? I mean, it puts you in a really difficult situation.
It didn't even feel like a tactical pick, in my opinion. I think it's just Quartz saying, like, hey, man, we've got nothing going, absolutely nothing. Let me just pick the Widowmaker. I'll make something happen, and he did. Going into the last map, though, the wind's out of your sails. I don't know what to say. Like, it's 3-0. It's a best of 7. It's so hard to do anything. Like we said, that Midtown was it was the kiss of death because it was so close. And like you said, that C9 happened, and it was absolutely brutal.
Matt, here is the final fight. Someone doing someone things. We saw him go, shoo, Ronaldo style after the win. Before that, though, he pulled out a Roadhog. Is there a bigger troll in Overwatch 2 right now than pulling out a Roadhog against your opponent in the quarterfinals?
No, I mean, we saw, I think it was Crazy Raccoon earlier in the tournament, ban the Roadhog. That's probably even more of a BM than actually even playing it, right? Like, hey, we'll just light our ban on fire. We don't even need it by just getting rid of the Roadhog. But Toronto, I mean, they're starting to look like the team that we thought they would be in international competition. NA, they're going to beat the hell out of everybody. But we were worried like how they would look against the U and then, APAC, and they've looked great so far.
Well, I was told I'm not allowed to pick Sugar Free 2 days back-to-back for